Mom jinxed us. Born earlier. Just born. Same cow. So, bad news, unfortunately. Good golly. Hey, it's your girl Andrea. Yo! Fun night duty last night. I think we've had 4 calves since like 11 p.m. It's like 8:30, somewhere in there. Pulled a calf at 3 out of a cow, just a big calf. I don't know why she was struggling, and then now 422 is getting a calf. So I'm keeping an eye on her. She's a big old mama. Hi. I was like, who's touching me? Just a second calf, Reefer. What's up? You know baby sometimes? You're like one of the only ones in this pen that hasn't had a kid yet. We did just pull a pair out of this pen here, up to the front, because baby, I don't know if we came a little bit early and we're just having problems regulating our temperature or what, but I helped him nurse last night and he's still pretty off today, so brought him back up and gave him some meds, some Banamine in case he's running a fever as well, and we'll see if he nurses on his own or I'll help him nurse a little bit later. He's not hungry. I got some milk in a bottle from her and he was like, I'm good, so. He's chowing. And then baby back there, and then the one on the left is working on it. I just made sure our feet were good, so now she just has gotta work.
Are you gonna get them bulls?
It's the final pen. Just these ding dongs.
You gonna get them? You gonna get them?
Look at all the babies outside. The sun today, glorious. Glorious, glorious. I've also taken off my coat and my hat already, so it's gonna be nice today. The boys are waiting for feed. All the babies are outside. The cow is not calved yet, but hopefully in the next little bit. I had somebody ask me about all of our bulls' names. So they all come with a number, and then we decided to just name them. And it started with just like 2 easy ones. We had Old Man, well 3. Old Man was our old limousine. We sold this last fall. He was like 10 or 11. We switched from limousine to Simmental bulls when I was like in college at some point. So in the last like 7, 8 years. So we had Old Man, we had Baldy, clearly Baldy, and then we had the rated R name, A-hole, aka Butthole. He's a jerk. So like they were just all kind of made sense. Then we got Ed, who I call Eduardo. He's my favorite. He's once always at my house in the summer. And then we got Jesse, so he's just J3, so mom named him Jesse. And then we got 2 yearlings last year, so we were like, Kyle and Kevin, why not? It makes it kind of fun because we know exactly who anybody's talking about. And you'd be like, Kyle, knock it off. Kevin, you know. A-hole. That's basically, yep. I keep it PG-13, folks, but that name is not, so sorry. Can't confirm, baby on the ground. She just dropped him. I just looked, so. All good on her own. She actually didn't drop him on his head. I hope it's ever. That's one of our best cows. She just laid down nicely with the baby, which is good. Nessa, come here. Steers. Dad told me he left me a present in this bunk. Oh, there it is. It's a tire sidewall from the silage pile. Went to the feeder wagon. He's trying to feed you guys a tire. What the heck? Oh, look. There's the baby. Good girl. What'd you have? I'm probably gonna go look and find out, because hoping that's a little heifer calf, but I don't know. The big old donkey, yes. It's a bull calf. The sunshine feels so good. Even with 3 hours sleep. I'm vibing right now. Very happy. But got my bag. I was on night duty last night. Like I said, I had like 4 calves and then another one this morning. Had to call Mama out of bed at 3 to pull a calf. And a rule of thumb that we have is if somebody else is around, we always pull in 2 people just in case something goes haywire, because we were just having this conversation, like if you're pulling a calf and all of a sudden she gets hip locked and you don't have a calf puller, you don't have that extra leverage or the extra hand, she lays down, somebody to get the gate open, like it just is a lot easier, safer for everyone involved having a second person. It gives you that sense of I have backup if things go haywire, because it doesn't always go according to plan. Like, you think it's gonna be easy pull like I thought last night it was gonna be. I avoided calling Mom for a while because I was like, you should be fine. She wasn't. So, you know, having the backup, cows go down, different things happen. Like, you never know what's going on. So we always try to do things in pairs. Even like tagging, we'll try to do as a duo for the most part, unless it's pretty chill. But even then, like if I'm tagging by myself in the back, Mom's in the front doing other stuff, that kind of distracted. So I'm gonna go eat some good breakfast and maybe take a nappy, and then come back and tag some babies a little bit later, so that one's a little bit older. It'll be fun because some of those cows are a little pissy. They're not mean, they just have that attitude for a little bit. All right, Mom drinks us, friends. Any guesses on what we have now? Because it's kind of a freaking theme this year. Raise your hand if you know what's going on. Born earlier? Just born. Same cow. No wonder she was so big. Oh, and they're both like, that's a big calf. So that's the second born one, and the other one's over there somewhere. Yeah, she's got 2 by her. Good job! 2 babies. Oh, what a time. That one's definitely bigger. Mom, you got anything to say?
Holy banana.
Did not think that would be a twin with how big you were.
No.
This is wild.
I'm used to the 60 and 70 pound twins.
Right.
I think he's pushing 90.
Apparently your orange doesn't look very nice. So that's a different bowl again. That's a hole. What a time. Dad, thoughts, comments?
What?
About all the twins.
I like it, but it's more work for you girls. I'm just sitting there going cha-ching, cha-ching. So
Yeah.
even though some guys complain, you're like this, I'll take more legs walking, the more money they will walk out the yard.
As long as prices stay up.
Yeah.
Mom, Used to do this with like hundreds of Holstein bottle babies, so this is like meh.
Yep, I got 100 of them in at a time, so a few sets of twins is no big deal to take care of.
People think we're crazy. I've had people get like mad at me for wanting to even keep the twins, but I mean, you could sell them all for like $900 a pop. You'd have some good cash flow. I don't know. They're not that bad. Did not think we'd have twins at her though, because the one is probably close to 100 pounds and the other one's probably 80. So every time I like let my guard down, then I'm like, we're done with the twins. Surprise! There's another one. Gave colostrum. He drank about 3/4, and then the other one drank about 1/4, and he had nursed off of his mom a little bit, and I'm sure he will. I'm just like, what? The year of twins, apparently, which is just crazy to me. I just gotten home for like 10 minutes. Good thing I wasn't making food or anything. All of a sudden, Mom's calling me. She's like, you left too early. And I was like, what's happening? Who needs help? Twins! Again! The other one is like 100 pounds. I did not think to even like have a thought in my mind that she would have another freaking calf in there. But apparently, it's crazy. So anyways, another set of twins. So we're at like just over 7% twin rate now again. Every time it gets down to like a normal amount. Woo, there's another one. And we are 1 or 2 calves away from being halfway done with calving. So we're gonna probably hit the halfway mark today. 7 set of twins, different bull again. Cow that was on grass. There's like no common theme, but hey, it's another live baby, and you heard it from my dad. 4 legs is 4 legs. Dollar bills. Especially when calves are worth a lot. Like, people are selling bottle calves for $900 bills through the sale barn. 1 more calf born here is 1 less calf that we'll purchase for the feedlot as well. So keep this up, we're not gonna have to purchase any at this rate. I mean, we will, but like, it's wild. Okay, bad news on the twin. He has a broken leg. So we are taking him up to the vet because it's actually like a fracture, completely fractured, like through the skin. So not a great situation to have, but it happens. So we generally have 1 a year, I feel like, depending on the whole situation. That gets stepped on, ends up with a broken foot. Probably not 1 every year, but it's something that definitely does happen just because cows try to clean off their babies and get a little too up in their business, and then oops, and that's a big cow versus a calf. You know, if you get a 12, 13, 1400 pound cow versus a 85 pound calf, crushes their bones. Unfortunately, this part sucks. The bone was completely just not in one piece at all, and it was punctured through his skin. So the risk of infection, the likelihood of even having a chance of saving the fracture or making him be able to ever walk again, not great, especially when he's gonna go from 80 pounds to 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 pounds. So we actually put him down, which sucks, but it's part of the problem. It's part of the life when you have livestock. You always have the chance to have dead stock. We humanely put him down. That way he wasn't in pain any longer. And it was gnarly, like it was a clean break all the way through the skin. So not the outcome we wanted, but Mama has a baby, and if she would have only had 1 of this happen to it, I would have grafted on 1 of the other bottle babies. We would have made it okay, but she's got her other one. It's not ideal, but that's calving season. It's all the emotions in one. It really sucks. I'm not gonna lie, like, losing livestock is my least favorite thing in the entire world. It breaks my heart every single time. But I would be completely naive to think that we would never lose any in a season, in a year, ever. It's just, it happens. So this calf, I don't know if we're like a little early Oh, dumb. I don't know, but I helped him nurse last night. Seemed to be doing well. This morning he was like very meh. And we're pretty lethargic, but we gave some meds this morning. And now I'm making sure we have a full belly going into tonight. But we're like, not quite, maybe 48 hours old now, somewhere in there. I don't know, between 24 and 48 hours old now, so. I know, I think you're just kind of dumb, to be honest. Calves, man. At least his mama's show, that helps a lot. And then this is the one that we pulled last night. I mean, he's a good sized baby, but it's not out of the normal for you, Miss Ma'am. So I don't know what your deal was, but you're doing well. I wasn't gonna tag any calves today, but I have one who, she's my best friend, 360 days of the year, 5 days she's not. She just calved yesterday, so we're in those days. And she was laying right next to a gate, so I'm gonna tag her quick. Get her done. Well, we ended up tagging all of the calves because they just were in the same pen. It makes life easier, and they were all really, really, really easy to tag. So we did leave the twin that is alive yet with her in a pen because another cow that calved is kind of like, she's claiming her own, but she's very interested in 422's baby, who by the way was 100 pounds per the weight tape. So those twins were like full size plus, which was crazy, but got them all tagged. I am headed home. I have a meeting tonight, so I'm headed to go hop on that shortly, full of literal manure and all the things. And I think that's poop on my eye. But got them tagged, bunch of big babies, only one heifer, 5 bull calves, so there's that. I wish this would have stayed as an exciting video, but unfortunately it showed the harsh reality of having livestock. As much as it sucks, that is part of it. It's not that we expect it, but you know that it is always a risk of having livestock. Things happen. So it sucks. It really does. Yeah. Especially when, you know, calf was healthy outside of that and should have been just fine and dandy. And then that happens, and then you have to make the choice to end their suffering because he was in a lot of pain. But I keep it real and raw, and that's part of life in agriculture. But if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll see you next time.